Hey everybody, Low Carb Keith. I'm back in my kitchen, and you can tell our kitchen is a little bit different looking. The doors are off of our kitchen cabinets because we're doing a little bit of remodeling, and we're going to repaint the cabinets and reface the doors, so they're down right now, so you'll just have to forgive me. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I've never really had a lot of success with trying to make a low carb bread, and they just never really turned out exactly the way that I thought they would. Sometimes it's because you use coconut flour, sometimes it's because you use almond flour, which kind of makes things a little gritty. But I discovered a recipe this week that is sort of like fathead dough, which is kind of, if you've ever made that before, it's a cheese, egg, and flour combination. But this is a little bit different in the fact that instead of almond flour or coconut flour, it uses pork rinds. So that's what I'm going to attempt to make today, is I'm going to make a pork rind keto bread. There's practically no carbs in this bread, maybe one net carb per piece. So let's start with it. I've got the recipe right here, and you can follow along with me, and we'll see if it turns out. It may be terrible, but we'll find out, won't we? All right, so let me show you what we're going to use. I've got some 8 ounces of cream cheese that I'm going to use. I've got about 4 ounces of this block in another container. I've got 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. I've got 3 large eggs, a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese right here. I've got my 1 cup of crushed pork rinds, and then I have I'll be using 1 tablespoon of baking powder. So the instructions are, we're going to place the cream cheese and the mozzarella cheese in a bowl, and we're going to microwave them, because that's what we do. This is a package this size is 8 ounces, is 2 cups, so we're going to put the whole thing in there. Mozzarella cheese. All right. And we're going to add our, let me get a knife. We're going to add our cream cheese to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to melt it in the microwave. So there's, split this up just a little bit, make it a little bit smaller to melt. And that was about 4 ounces, so I'm going to get a couple of more ounces out of this container that I got at the store. This is 8 ounces, I believe. 12 ounces. This is 12 ounces. So we're just going to get a couple of more ounces out of there. 1, and that's probably 2 more ounces. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the microwave according to the instructions. We're going to put it in the microwave for about 1 minute, and then once it comes out, we will stir it up, and then we'll put it in the microwave again if we need to. What we want to do is we want to get it good and melted. So let's do that. All right, we're going to take that out of the microwave, and you can see that it's not really melted completely, but we're going to mix it up as much as we can, and then we're going to microwave it. We're going to microwave it for 1 other minute, and that should completely melt the rest of the cheese. But you want to get that cream cheese mixed up good with the mozzarella. So let's put that back in the microwave for another minute, and we'll add our other ingredients to it. Okay, so now you can see that it's really melted well, and we can really combine that together. Okay, so before it gets too cool, the thing that we want to do is when we want to include our other ingredients. So I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm going to wait and do the eggs last, I think. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Okay. We're going to take our 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese and put that in there. All right, and now we're going to take our pork rinds, add those in there. And now we're going to do our eggs. So put our eggs in there. That way the eggs don't go right onto that hot cheese. All right. So now we just want to mix all that up together really, really good. All right, I think that's good. Let's get our baking sheet. We're going to dump that on there and spread it out. I guess we're going to need to try to make it fairly thin. All right. Try to get it at least even to where there's not any really thick or too thin spots in it. So now we're going to put it in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but we're going to put it in the oven at 375 for 12 to 15 minutes, and we'll see if we've got some practically no carb bread. Well, my bread has been in the oven for almost 20 minutes. I was mistaken when I told you 12 to 15 minutes. The recipe actually called for 15 to 20 minutes. So it's been in almost 20 minutes. I hope it didn't get too dark. So let's pull it out and let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Can you see that? That is very brown, very toasted. It looks like it cooked evenly. So the instructions now are to put it on a baking rack, a cookie rack on top of your stove, and let it cool for 15 minutes. And then once it cools in the pan, we will take it and slide it off the pan and let it cool for a little bit longer. And then we will cut it and we'll take a taste test. So we're gonna... All right, so I've got my bread and I have let it cool off for about 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to let you look at it. Doesn't that look good? It really does. And I think what you do is you let it cool off for about 15 minutes or so, and what that does is the cheese kind of firms up a little bit and gets a little bit more solid. And as you can tell, it's pretty solid now. The thing about if you make something with cheese, especially shredded cheese, you're going to have a little bit of grease, so you can sort of see there's a little bit of grease there, but it's not too bad. So let's cut a piece, and we're going to take a taste test. I have my Bailey and Sincere, my son and his significant other, with us, and they came in when I was cooking it and said it smelled delicious. So we're going to cut a piece off, a couple of pieces, and take a taste. Okay, we might even add, oh wow, look at that. Can you see that? See the texture? It really is sort of like bread. I would call it kind of cheese bread, but it really looks good. So let's take a taste of it. We've got our bread, and I'm going to ask Bailey and Sincere to come over. They're going to take a taste with us too. So come on in, guys. Come on in. All right. There, give that to Sincere.
I'll split it in half.
No, I've got plenty.
Oh, okay.
I got plenty. All right.
It's soft and breakable. Yeah, this is good.
That is delicious, isn't it? You know what? Make it a little bit better.
But
I'm gonna put a little butter on it. Not much. Just a little. This is really not like a sliced bread, but it's more like an Italian bread or a breadstick, something like that.
yeah.
And I didn't even put any spices in this. You could put in garlic powder. You could put in Italian seasoning.
That's a good
Oh, yeah.
flavor without it.
Mhm.
Honestly.
You can make it like cheesy bread, like pizza. I really think if you aren't strictly following the low carb diet, dip it in some ranch
Yeah.
or some sort of sauce,
Yeah.
or even marinara. That'd be
Yep.
really good.
It'd be great marinara. All right, good deal. So it looks like our bread turned out. It's this right here that I'm eating is probably 1 net carb. So it doesn't have anything in it that's got a lot of carbs in it, and it's really delicious. So I hope you get a chance to make this at home. Like I said, when I started, I didn't know how this was going to turn out, but it turned out good. I know I'll be making this again.
Yeah, I had faith in you. I knew it'd turn out good. It was real good.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.